What's happening, family? What up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, excuse my frozen face on the screen. But we are back. Happy Thursday. Happy new day. We back in the market. I am 2 minutes late, which I haven't been late in a very long time, so I guess we were overdue. Late starting stream. But what's going on? What's up? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day so far. We are gonna we're gonna mark up these value levels together today. We are 12 minutes away from we're 12 minutes away from the open. I spent most of yesterday and last night, this morning, just going over like the IB trades, trying to figure out initial balance, how to run initial balance, all of that. And I think I have something. I think I figured something out. So, yeah, yesterday, however, was FOMC day. I did not know that. I will be the first to admit that I made an error. But it's all good. We are just gonna check my FX book quick. You guys aren't gonna see it on the screen, but if you go to myfxbook.com, you'll be able to see the economic calendar for the day, well, for the week. Today is the 18th of June. I'm just gonna see and just check ahead of time if we have any high impact news. Yeah. The only high impact thing that happened was continuing jobless claims. That was high impact at 14:30 my time, so that's already passed. Everything else is low impact, and I believe tomorrow we actually might be having a half day. I'm not entirely sure about that, but yeah, only high impact. Only high impact news tomorrow is yeah, nothing actually. Yeah, we don't actually have anything. It is the Juneteenth National Independence Day, so probably why it's gonna be a half day tomorrow. We actually might not stream tomorrow. I don't think we'll have a stream tomorrow because tomorrow is not really a trading day. So as long as we see it on the economic calendar, then we know for sure. But yeah, but let's mark out these levels real quick. Let's make sure we have them where they're supposed to be. 1645. Now we want this at 1559, right? 1559. Boom. Previous day value area high is gonna go up to 600. Yeah. So 600 on that. Appliquer. Sweet. Apply update. Okay, I actually hit the wrong thing. Previous day value area low has to go to 535.25. 535, and then drop it twice. 1, 2. Update. Our point of control is gonna go to 587. 587. Update. And yeah, our previous day value area high is actually at 600, so that's perfect. What happened yesterday? So remember I'd marked out this rectangular box here. This was the gap, right, from the 12th to the 14th. So this was, remember, we gapped up this week, and a good thing we marked it out because now we can see on the charts we had the gap fill, right? Happened way after our window. I mean, this is like during the PM session. But yeah, we had the gap fill from VWAP about 14:43, almost till 10 minutes before the close. But yeah, we had that gap fill, so we can take that off because we know that happened. Yeah, so that's gonna be our previous day value. We're gonna keep it on. We're gonna keep this volume profile on today for a reason. I'll explain in a little bit, and then we're gonna mark out. Actually, I actually think, yeah, let's wait it out. Let's wait till the open of the session, and then we'll draw out the volume profile for the overnight session, right? And then that way we'll know that it's accurate, and that we'll know that it's accurate. But what's happened? So we hit that gap fill. We filled that gap. Went through previous week value area high, hit the previous week point of control, found support there. So yeah, we had our previous week levels. Yesterday we did try an initial balance trade. Tried it like 3 times. We didn't get it, but I figured something out, which I think is gonna be important. Now I'll explain it. I think I'll explain it when we get to when we get to initial balance. I'll explain it when we get to initial balance. So you guys stick around for that. Stick around for that, and when it starts happening, it'll start making sense. It'll start making sense. I think another thing that we need to do today is we just need to make sure that whatever it is, whatever context that we're forming, whatever context we're creating, we need to create context using the value levels of the volume profiles. All right. So what do I mean by that? I mean, we need to put into context where we are in relation to previous day value, right? Like, where did we find value yesterday? We found value here. What is the market saying today? What is the auction saying today? Does the auction agree with this value level, right? So that's what we need to do today. We just need to keep that consistent context of the market like that, even in relation with Globix levels and stuff. Like, we'll mark them out, but I'll mark them out for sure. But then what I'll also do is I'll remove the Globix session from the chart, so that all we're gonna be seeing is just gonna be the regular trading hours. So only gonna be seeing, as I said, the regular trading hours. So each New York session, basically. I'll explain why in a little bit, but let's just have these levels marked out as well let's have these levels marked out on our trade C as well. If I can remember what I'm trying to do. Point of control is 587, 7587 flat. And what is our value area low? Value area low is 3525. 3525. Okay, cool. It looks like we are gonna open within value, so just moving this away. Call this 3525, right? 7535.25. No, we didn't. Let me undo that. The point of control was 587. 587. 7587. We are opening within. Looks like we're gonna open within the previous day value. We're gonna open within the previous day value. So that's gonna come with its own set of worms, its own bunch of worms, its own worms, its own wormhole. I don't know. I can't remember what the English is. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting day. I got some context. I managed to get a lot of context last night with the initial balance, which also reminded me why I use volume profiles. Again, it just kind of reinforced my volume profile understanding. there were a couple of things that I had somewhat taken for granted. Um, like for one, I was just trading the levels. I think like this week, I was just really just like, oh, where we at? Oh, no point control, previous day value low, but I wasn't really reading the volume profile, as in I wasn't watching the volume profile to see where's volume now forming. You know, within this first hour, within initial balance, right? Where's volume forming? Uh, where's volume being accepted? Where's volume being rejected? Right? I wasn't actually reading that. I was just like more so just laser focused on the levels. Previous day value area low, previous day value area high, overnight point of control, but not so much so watching the volume profile. So if you can peep that, then you can maybe you can kind of foresee how that affects our initial balance, right? Because our initial balance is that first hour of New York session, right? So how do we know if we're gonna accept above it or below it? You know, how do we know that? How do we figure that out? You know, and the way we figure it out is we figure it out using the volume profile. You just need to watch. You just need to watch volume. You know, just need to be really cognizant of the volume. Also, just to be 100% transparent, I don't use words like that in normal speech. I'm only doing it to impress you guys because we are on the internet. I don't usually just say I don't throw around the word cognizant, you know. But yeah, we're about to open. 50 more seconds until the open, and then we'll know what our Globix levels are. Our VWAP's already on, our Keltner channel's already on. I mean, yeah, pretty choppy around the Globix, you know, like we bought it at the beginning of the Globix session, went below it. We've gone below it a couple of times. We just recently went below it. This was at 7:40 EST, so about like 2 hours ago, really. But yeah, that's kind of what's been happening with the Globix levels around the VWAP, right? So yeah, we'll give it a few more seconds. Once that's set, then we'll draw the Globix. We'll draw the Globix volume profile, mark out the levels. Here we go, ding, ding, ding. Yeah, so from 1800, we're drawing it till 929. The reason we don't draw it up till 9:30 is because 9:30 is the first candle of the New York session. So we don't want our Globix values to have a little bit. We want it just to be purely. We want it to be purely Globix. You understand? You get me? So yeah. So let's enable. Let's put these labels on so we know what we're looking at. I'm gonna hide the candles for now, so no bars. Yeah. 565.75. So overnight value area high. 565.75. 565.75. There we go. Update that. Our overnight point of control is 555.25. 555.1225. There we go. And our overnight value area low is 544.50. 544. 544.50. Update. All right, cool. Now that we have that, let's just see if we have any low volume nodes. I mean, we have one all the way down here. Yeah, and one at the top. So let's just draw that out. You know, let's draw that out just so we have it. And yeah, let's just make a habit of marking out the levels, right? anything that's interesting on the volume profile, we just draw it out and we see, we watch. We just watch how we react around that. So I've drawn it right across the current session, right? And then also at the top here, we have a pretty huge one. So yeah, so just marking that out, drawing that out. These are our, these are low volume nodes, okay? So don't be too confused when you see them on the charts. Again, we're gonna come here, we're gonna change that up as well, switch that color, cheeky boom, boom, boom. All right, and now we can bring our candlesticks back. Candlesticks are back, baby. And for our final trick, what we're gonna do is we are going to disable the extended session. Right. Disable the extended session, and that volume profile, we're gonna hide that. Close. Cool. So why are we doing this? Doing this because, well, for one, just want to see, like, for this session, we just want to watch where we are in relation to the previous volume profile. I mean, yeah, sure, we have the levels, right? But I think just having that previous day volume profile also close by will give us context as well, right? This is just for more context, like where are we in relation to yesterday's value, right? And then we can look to the left, then we can see, okay, cool, like we had a peak there, so we had quite a significant amount of volume around about the 540 area, right? So cool. So when we get here, if we get here, then we can just watch it, right? We watch it and we see how do we react around here. You know, again, another question you might ask is like, why did you hide the extended session? Why did you disable the extended session and still keep the overnight levels? Well, because the overnight levels are still important. They still give us context. And also disabling the extended session doesn't change the overnight, the overnight levels per se. Not per se, it doesn't change the overnight levels at all. So let's put these on trading C as well. All right, we still have 10 more minutes before the open. Not before the open, we still have 10 more minutes before our quote-unquote trading window opens, so we still good. 565.75. 565. 565.75. I'm going to become a trading guru so that you guys can fund my equipment. I think I'll be a pretty good trading guru because, like, my thing is I will buy things that will make me give you better content or make me trade better as well. So you gotta worry about that. 555.25. 555.25. Ali. And overnight value area low is 544.50. 544.50. Okay, here we go. All right, so that's everything that we need. We're gonna start off on test four. We're gonna start off on account one. We're gonna start off on account one. We will trade. We'll trade both today. Start off on account one. Take the the highest probability trade, and then we'll take the highest probability trade, and then we will switch to account two for the initial balance trade. We're gonna have to be a bit more patient than we have been because I think like the last couple of initial balance trades I've been trying to do, I've been, you know, trying to get in like right at the touch, so like as soon as we get like initial balance, I was just like, yeah, let's go. So, but yeah, I'll explain it when we get to the initial balance. When once initial balance is set, I'll explain it. It's a pretty wide range. It's about 40 point range so far. Pretty wide range. So we'll see. Yeah, so this was our low volume node at the top. We already kind of like filled that out, so we can hide that now. Which one are you? You the one at the top? Nope. There we go. And let's throw on our volume profile now. Just throw on our volume profile and see what we are doing in relation to these levels. $9.30. Merci very beaucoup. All right, cool. Yeah, so we're establishing value outside of this of this developing volume profile right now, at the overnight value area low. So if we can hold above it, we'll look at doing that overnight point of control trade, as we usually do. Our previous day point of control is all the way up here, 587 ish. But yeah, let's see what happens when let's see what happens around here. If we don't find support, let's see if we find support of the previous day value area low, because then that would be a fade of that previous day value area, right? So yeah, 6 more minutes until 6 more minutes until the ding ding. It's mad. I feel like not having the overnight levels also changes the context of our Keltner channels. I actually hadn't considered that, because look at where our Keltner channels are. Let me put on the extended session again, just so we see what's going on there. 555.76. That's our view app. If I remove it, still at the same area. So yeah, let's have a look at the extended session one more time. Yeah, so our Keltner channels really aren't helping us much right now, because in the context of the Globex session we are below them, right? But without the extended session, we're using the where we were from the previous day. So that's pretty interesting. I actually hadn't considered that. I didn't think that was going to change much, but now that I'm aware of that, let's switch back. Let's remove the extended session, and yeah, we'll see. We'll play it according to just the previous day. Just the previous day Keltner. We do know though that we are below the view app, so so that is also still a bearish signal. So maybe for that reason, let's remove the Keltner channel altogether. All right. We'll have less things to look at. I kind of did speak about this the other day, about how if you if you add things or if you remove things, it's basically like you're starting all over again. You know, it's like you've been working on a particular thing for like a for a certain amount of time, and then you remove something or you add something. It's basically like you're resetting completely. You know, so yeah. Jake Sure, my G, what's going on? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yo, that bicep reminded me I need to get back to the gym. Boy, I've not been working out. I haven't been to the gym since I started. You know, since I got back to like really focusing on this. So I think the second half of the year, I'm gonna get back into the gym. But yeah, what's good with you? I hope you're well. I hope and trust you are well, family. Try and make a little. Let's try and make some money today. Let's try and get some money today. You know. We're still within the previous day value, right? We're still within the previous day value, so we haven't broken out of either side. You know, even our Globix values are still within we're within the previous day value. So what do we get? If we get a break of that previous day value area low, then we could be targeting these previous week levels, right? And remember, we do have that low volume node over here. So the way I see it is like we fill this up really quickly if we get through this. And then if we do get through this low volume node, then we can start looking at a previous week value area high, right? Start looking at what how are we trading around the previous week value area high. Do we find support here? Do we find support and then bounce back up, or does it melt? So let's watch it very carefully. 30 more seconds until the open of our trading window. We might actually need to start getting into the habit of allowing it to play out a little more. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't even have the previous week levels marked out here, which is shame. 522.75 previous week value area high. 522.75. I have templates set on. Yeah, I have templates set on yeah, everywhere. Because I'm lazy. And I don't wanna be typing out things all the time. But yeah, Jaysha, let me know, bro. Let me know if you've started trading prop firms, if you are trading prop firms, if you are trading at all, forex or futures. Yeah, let me know, and also let me know if this helps. If me being out here on a daily like this helps. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just really my thing is I just always want to provide value as much as I can wherever I can. So yeah, let me know though. What were you doing? Previous week, yeah, previous week value high is pretty. We're not. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem as promising anymore. There's a battle around the overnight value area low. If we get a break above that, we get a break above that, and we get a break above the overnight point of control, and then yeah, then we might do a little target. We might target the overnight value area high and hold to see if we can target those highs, actually 581. But that's with the break of the overnight value area low. But yeah, let's see what we get at the previous day value area low now. Our point of control is also around about just above our overnight value area low. So This could be dependent on how we break the point of control more than more more that than how we break the overnight value area low. But that's also shifted below the overnight value area low, so we could be in for a pretty long down day, boys. I ain't gonna lie to you. What are we saying? What's our previous day? Value area low, 535.25. Yeah. Potentially a little short to the previous week value area high. But yeah, but also from the volume profile, we do need to start developing volume below this value area high, right? If you're watching this volume profile, like where that dotted line is, like around about here, we need to see a little more gray below this, and then we'll know that, like, okay, for sure, we're accepting volume, we're accepting price below the previous day value area low. Failure of which we're just gonna rotate. Yeah, that was not really a touch. We didn't actually get to the previous day value area low. And you see that on the charts? Yeah, no real confirmation just as of yet. Yeah, I am tentative about shorting this overnight value area low though. Just want to watch how we react around this, how we react around the point of control. If we reject the point of control, then yeah, then we have a we have a good chance of rotating lower. But here we go. It's a test of the point of control and a rejection of the point of control. 30 more seconds until we know for sure though. We try to buy this, like, also just for context, we try to buy this around about the overnight value area low, failed to, price went lower, and then we bought it here again, right? It's market buys came in here at 142 at 539, call it 540. But here we go. So broke past that overnight, not that overnight point of control, but the developing volume profiles point of control. We could look for an overnight value area low fade. Let's see if we can get that. 544.50. Nope, buys. All right, so we're in that. Yeah, I think we just keep it simple today, boys. We just get let's just go for a, what do they call it? Let's just go for a base hit type of day today. If we fail to get this, we'll try the overnight point of control. But we're in that. That's our trade one. What's our volume profile doing? Okay, cool. And our point of control shifted higher, so, and that's 546.25, right? 546.25. Let's move our stop there. 546.25. Yeah. If we hit that, it's all good. We'll give it another shot. But yeah, we want this to break above that point of control, or we get stopped out here. I might get stopped out. It's all good. That's $40 for the day. That didn't want to go higher. Maybe it goes higher here. What a damn shame. Mm-mm-mm. Reach me, baby. Call my phone so you can teach me, baby. Yeah, actually could have put our stop at the overnight. Could have kept our stop at break even, but you know. It's all good, it's all good. Is it really? Not really, but yeah, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get at the overnight point of control. Yeah, we could have held that a little better. But hey man, c'est la vie. Uh yeah. Should have kept that at the overnight value area low, to be honest. If we do get to the overnight point of control, we will give that another shot. We could face some resistance over here with this value area high. But yeah, let's wait and see. Here we go. That's VWAP, New York VWAP. Do we get a break of the overnight point of control, or do we get a fade of? Clean break, you know, we give it another shot. We try the overnight. We try to hit the overnight value area high. You know, but yeah, big seller stepped in. How many is that? That's 150 at 750 at 52.29. Thank you. Massive rejection of that VWAP. Which gives me a little more confidence that, like, actually, if we do break above that, if we break above these VWAPs, then that overnight value area high could be in play. Yeah, VWAP, targeting the VWAP would have been a lot smarter. But we still have time, we still have time. Here we go. Overnight value area low. Where's the point of control? Point of control is 3 points above that. Retest the overnight value area low. To reject it. Reject it or find acceptance. Yeah, my value area low trades are my value area trades are like my worst ones. I'll keep it a buck. I don't lie to you guys about that. Those are not my favorite trades. But yeah, 5 minutes till the o'clock. So 5 minutes till 10. Till 10 EST. Here we go. Does this hold? Retest that point of control again. Rejected this time around. I think the seller really pushed, really changed the market condition. Possibly. If we make this a sell stop, if we break below this, then we're targeting the previous day value area low. We'll put our stop just, yeah, I'll put our stop there. The overnight value area low. This just needs to flush. Or it'll be one amazing fake out. Ah, I say we're targeting value area low, so around about here. Nothing too crazy, just a base hit. And let's make this smaller. We're wasting about 25 bucks to make 160. We don't want this to close above that candle, so 20 more seconds. Yes, 3. Yeah, gonna move this break even. Gonna move it right to I move the stop right to the open of that candle because I don't want to lose any money if I'm wrong about this. Close. Come on, just go. Ah, it's also the value area low. So what happens here? What happens to the value area low? Do we hold? Do we hold or not? Do we break below it or not? Come on. Yeah, we'll secure by like 50 bucks if this turns around. But if it does not, then we should be within the money. This value area high is holding really well. Do we rotate here? Or do we break through it? Alright, so value area high held. So it looks like we're going to rotate back to the point of control. And play it like that, I guess. It's the point of control. Should now rotate to the other side of this, which is the overnight point of control. So honestly, this should work. Retest. Where would our stop go? I don't know anymore. Because our point of control did shift. 553. This actually could stop us out, I ain't gonna lie. 553. I'll put it at 552. Our point of control is 543.25. Yeah, it's not losing any money. That should get us though. We should be fine. Surely. Yeah, secure a little more money. Secure a cute little 75 bucks. Come on, we're like right there. 553, okay. I mean, we're taking like, we're taking what we can, and at least we're not losing money just as of yet. So retest of this overnight value area low, retest the point of control, and we go higher, or we just formed a lower high. But yeah, but I really think we are coming here. There we go. maybe on this test of this point of control, maybe from point of control to overnight point of control. You know, again, we're still within value. We haven't broken outside of this value area just as of yet. So here we go. Big seller stepped in. Very, very cheeky trades, so I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like taking a little bit, you know. Say $40 here, $50 here, $50, you know. But yeah, overnight value area low. So like the point of control is right there, so you know. Don't know. Really do not know. Our value area low also shifted higher. So, you know, could be one of them mean reversion ones, you know? Nah, I mean, point of control overlapping the overnight value area low. So what do? Do we fade that, come back to the value area low? How many points is this? 36 till to the other side. Yeah, this should react around the VWAP. If we break past this, right now I feel a lot more confident about the overnight point of control long, because that would be a break through the VWAPs and the value area high, and then we can, you know, then we can try that break and retest of, you know what I mean, and we could give that a shot. Camera just went off, but I'm still here for you guys. Still here. Overnight value area low again. It's right at the point of control. Big decision being made here. Ugh. Buyers stepped in there. Do they get rewarded for their efforts? The buyers I'm talking about this big green circle over here, 228. That's quite sizable actually at 546. 546.93. So what do? Retest of overnight value area low. Here we go. Do not want to break through it though. If you do break above 548.25 though, yeah, that's like so close. I don't lie, it's like it's a little 5 points. I don't want to put on risk for that, because I mean, where does my stop go? Yeah, at 41. I don't know. I don't want to put. I don't want. Another thing that usually happens, right? Like what we're taught when you start trading is like, oh, your stop should go below the last low, and it's like, okay, cool. Like, what's the last low? That's the last low, right? And it makes sense because this is the point at which like your trade gets invalidated, but that's where everyone's gonna put their stop. You know, so you just become liquidity. Do you know what I'm saying? You just become liquidity. By right, like the invalidation point for this long is here, it's all the way down here. That's 537. And I don't know about giving back what we've been working so hard for. Okay, here we go. VWAP. Do we break this? Do we break above the VWAPs? Do we break above this value area high? Can we do it? 552. We break above 552. We're looking at overnight point of control long. Let's get ready for that, if that can come. You know, but also again, what we want to see is we want a break of the overnight point of control. We need a break and then we wait for the retest. Failure, which was just kind of like jumping ahead. We're just like, feel me, get me in now. I'm so thirsty, I'm so hungry for points. But low key, even, 553. We break above 553, close above 553. Okay, here we go. Overnight point of control. We need a candle to close above 555.25. 30 more seconds. What are you saying? Come on, you can do it. Yeah, we need a close because like a wick is not enough. A wick is really not enough. We need a strong close above that overnight point of control. Come on. Yes. Yeah, we'll take that. Come on, retest us. Fill us. Where's our invalidation point? Our invalidation point is... Honestly, our invalidation point is 540... Is the overnight value area low? Just like all the way down here, but like we don't have enough money for that, do we? So I guess we'll let it stop us out here. It's a damn shame. Let's give it a little more room. 156. Such a shame. Actually, right below this candle, 550.50. 550.50. Yeah, boss. Look, we come back here. We're gonna rotate. You know what I mean? So. Overnight value area high. We get it by just like a few more points. Let's watch the let's watch motive wave. Let's make sure. Just watching this to see if anything changes here, Look at that big wick. Seller stepped in. Do they get reward or not? We are protected by VWAPs, but yeah, it is pretty tight, boys. Pretty tight. So this one's a tricky one, sticky. Yeah. Do I flatten this myself? I think this is gonna stop us out, man. Unlucky. Yeah, we'll take that stop. It is what it is. That is unfortunate. That was a good amount of money also. Let's wait and see. We should have flattened it at 25, but we gave it a good try. Let's see what we get at the overnight value area low. Overnight value area low, point of control, 546. We have 546, 544, 50. It's around about, yeah, around about here. That's twice. That's 2 days in a row now. Overnight point of control trade hasn't worked out. It's unfortunate. Could that have been our low volume node that I switched off. I hope it's not, because that, was it? It wasn't. Our low volume node is all the way up there, which was filled also. So we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to beat ourselves up about that. But yeah, our complete invalidation point was the overnight value area low. We just didn't have enough cash we just didn't have enough cash to take the full stop. You know what I mean? Yeah. But let's see what we get. Let's see what happens here. Let's give it a few more. Let's give it a few more minutes. Let's give it till 16:15. One second, boys. Okay, let's see what we get. Let's see if we get this overnight value area low retest. And how, actually, not if we get it. Let's see how we hold around the overnight value area low. Yeah. Let's watch the volume as well. Did I disable the volume profile? I did. My bad. I meant to remove that. Okay, so clean break right through the overnight value area low. 122 cells though. That doesn't look very promising. Lots of sell orders coming in. Yeah. Do they get the resultant to move? I'm gonna put a buy stop at 546.50. 546.50. Come on. Make that 5. What's my logic there? If these sellers fail, then we have a pretty dope up move. But yeah, that looks like it's gone. That looks pretty gone. $538. Retest of 538. Yeah, I'm gonna take this buy stop off. Or do I bring it closer? Yeah, I'll bring it closer. If we get tagged in, our stop will go. Yeah. That might actually have been a bad move. 538 is where our stop should be. 538. Yeah, I'll put the stop here. Actually, let's move this up. Yeah, let's secure more, hey? Let's get back what we lost. 125. If we can break this, you know what? Ambitious. Overnight value area high. We need to break above this value area high though. If we can break above that, we get to the overnight point of control. We break that, and then I think we are pretty good. 162. Don't come back now. 551. That's our New York View app. Think we might get stopped out again here. Don't stop us out, boss. I guess also if you just ask the market to not stop you out, it won't. Little hack. But yeah, it's the retest of the New York View app right there. Come on. Yeah, secure 200, but let's break above the overnight point of control. If we get that, we put our stop at 553.75. Yep. Now we need this break and retest of the overnight point of control, and we need to go all the way to the overnight value area high. That's what we'll be targeting. Honestly, this is our base hit. We should take a little more. Secure 256. We'll allow it to come and retest the overnight point of control. But we do want it to go. You know, we want it to just like go one time. Yeah, well, you don't always get what you want, do you? Could give it another shot here. Call that a break of those highs. Our stop will go at the overnight point of control, or just below. I still think that overnight value area high is still in play, so we'll use what we made right now. All right, use a bit of what we made, and yeah. Here we go. We should be good now, surely. I mean, our stop is below 551. So our stop should go. It is a bit annoying because it is almost everything that we made. We are targeting the overnight value area high. Yeah, let's not be dumb, boys. Let's. Yeah, minus $5 on that. I think I got a little spooked, to be honest. I think I got a little spooked. But look at that. Bias stepped in right at the top. So, I mean, not good, not bad. But yeah, but the overnight value area high is in play. It is in play. If we can break above, these buyers that stepped in here, then we should be fine. But yeah, it would have been pretty sweet if I could have just held that a little longer. 551. Let's see if we would have got stopped out. That wasn't really a good trading decision, you know, just trying to get an entry above a break of a high, you know, because that could have been a sweep of liquidity, you know, what's to say. But yeah, double retest of overnight point of control and value area high. I think this is the Hey, what's good, boys? Yeah, so my Wi-Fi went off for a little bit there, my bad, but we should be good now. Yeah, I think we should be good now. Let me reconnect the motive wave. I'm actually not entirely sure. Let me double check. Let me just double check the stream. Are we good? Okay, I think we are. I think we're good. Um, yeah, my bad. Sorry for losing you guys there. Yeah, my Wi-Fi disconnected. My bad, guys. But I don't think we missed out on anything. I don't think we missed out on any move there. We'll just double check. It wasn't a very long time anyway. So you know, and also we are getting to the time when we start looking at our initial balance trades, right? So yeah, we'll joke about it, we'll laugh about it when we're all on an island somewhere in Ibiza, you know. But yeah, yeah, I don't think we missed out on anything really. I mean, when did we disconnect? We disconnected whenever that was, right? But it wasn't a very long time ago. And 1622. Mm, I might have lost my train of thought though, but it's all good. It's all good. We back. We back. That's the most important thing. And now, what we're gonna move on to, I mean, it's like 2 minutes away anyway. We're gonna move into our initial balance trades, right? Which is what I was telling you guys I was working on, like pretty much all of last night. I won't lie to you. Like I get pretty obsessive. Like when I want to learn something, I will spend time. I will spend time trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I did I did my little due diligence, as the kid dems will say. You know, I did some due diligence. Yeah, and yeah, I think I figured something out. I think I figured something that could be worth everybody's while. So we'll get into that just in a little bit. Think let me restart my motive wave. Let me restart my motive wave that way. Yeah, I just want to restart my motive wave just to get my big trades back, because those do not want to come back on right now. Stream's gonna look a little weird. Don't go away though. If you're still here, you're a real one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, if you're still here, you're a real one. Shout out for the wait. Yeah, restarting my motor wave now. Initial balance is officially set. All right, so it's 1630. What did we learn? What did I learn, rather, right, from the initial balance thing? It's all about where value lies, right? It's all about where value goes when we it's all about where value is in relation to that particular initial balance. So for example, if we're at IB low, all right, say we're at IB low and we start forming volume below, right, below the IB low, right, that in itself is a signal. That's telling us that we have acceptance, excuse me, that we have acceptance below, right? That we have acceptance below that initial balance. Because initial balance in itself, what it is, it's a range, right? Initial balance is a range. Like, yeah, it's like the high and the low, but what we're trying to figure out, like, right, what we're trying to figure out is we're trying to figure out whether we're getting an expansive move lower or whether we're getting an expansive move higher. That's what it is, you know? Essentially, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know what I mean? So, you peep it. You'll see it when you see it once I break it down. You see it once I break it down. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see my motive wave. You guys can see the trade C charts. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Retest the overnight value area low again. Like, look at this. We're getting, we had a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? Retest the overnight value area low. I think when the stream cut off, I think like we were maybe around the overnight value area high, I think. Now I'm lying. We're at the overnight point of control. So we were like roundabout here, all right? But yeah, but we see now we got like the full rotation. We got the overnight value area high, broke right through the overnight point of control, and then hit the overnight value area low, right? So yeah, so now what do we want to do? First, want to establish the range, okay? Want to establish the range of this initial balance. So from 581, I mean, yeah, I could do it in my head and just like subtract, right? It's not like massive numbers, but I do want to be exact. 535, 535.50. So we're looking at a 46-point range, right? Yeah, so we're looking at a 46-point range. I'll hide this because I'm gonna need it when I journal. So I'll hide this. We're looking at a 46-point range. Okay, so the smaller the range, the more likely you are to get a breakout to one of the other sides, essentially. Right? That's from what I was back testing and running at. I mean, like, I didn't go that far back. I only did like all of May's trades, like all of May's initial balance trades, like measuring the range of the previous session's volume, right? Like, oh, okay, cool, that much range, and then watching where the volume profile, how the volume profile was moving in relation to the initial balance. So what I mean is, if we start seeing the value area low, right? If we test the initial balance low, right? If we had IBL, okay. So if we had IBL and say we break outside of the initial balance low, all right? And this value area low also breaks outside of it, then we have a higher chance of us continuing to the downside, because now we're establishing value outside of the initial balance. Do you understand the logic? That's the logic. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Where's the initial balance? Like, how big is the initial balance? This is the initial balance, right? Let me go to the OBS and make sure that you guys can see me. Hold on, boys.